Hey guys, Mary here. I'm in my pajamas and I haven't brushed my hair, so this is just the raw Mary, but I'm sitting out here by the pond having my coffee and got bare feet. Yay! It's spring. It's chilly today, but beautiful. There's my office where I usually am when we work, and we've got some adopters here. They're just gonna come down this path here. They've been taking the dogs up for a walk to introduce them to one another and get to know. We have a dog rescue for those who don't know it. So anyway, a little explanation of what's going on here. I've been promising to jump on and tell you about butt mind versus beauty mind. So you might have seen there was a Blissipline post I did recently where I was explaining about stopping before the butt. And I'll try and remember to put the link to that one in here in case you missed that. And the idea simply being that, you know, we want something and we have such a strong habit, a strong conditioning for arguing ourselves out of things that we almost instantly add a but to our thoughts of wanting. Like, I have a kayak, this tiny little pond here, but I'm going to bring my kayak out so that when I want to, I can just like lie out in the kayak. And so my mind will go, oh, I should bring the kayak out. And then immediately my mind goes, but the pond is so small, that's so silly. Or, but you can't lift it yourself, you have to get someone to help you. When are you going to do that? Or but. And of course I can go get the kayak this moment and bring it if I want to. But that's the way the mind works. You know, the mind just gives you a hard time. So this is the adopters. I'll just show you over here. So they're just getting a little assistance on these dogs. And there's two dogs meeting one another, their dog and our dog, to see whether they're compatible. So anyway, so the difference between butt mind and beauty mind is profound. You see, a lot of times we think we should argue with the butt mind. So the butt mind says, you can't bring the kayak. That's silly. You know, the pond's so small. Why are you bringing the kayak out here? And then we said, no, I can bring the kayak. It's my pond, my kayak. I can do what I want. Whatever. We just argue with it. But in fact, what that is that's just more butt mind. That's just butt to your butt. You're butting your butt. And you never really want to argue with the butt mind. The butt mind is the conditioned mind I talk about a lot. And the thing to remember is it's kind of like a really sleazy lawyer. We have a lot of lawyers in my family, so nothing against lawyers particularly, but a really sleazy lawyer who will argue anything to win, anything at all, and it will happily lie to you to win. And that's how the butt mind is. And in addition to that, it knows everything you know and is just as smart as you are because it's your mind. So you cannot win with the butt mind. You cannot win. It's just relentless. You can just lose and lose and lose and lose. You can argue till you drop. So we don't counter the butt mind with another butt. We counter the butt mind with beauty mind. And it's a little illogical. And this is why I'm explaining it. So the kayak in the pond was just maybe not the best example, but we always do this. Like, I'm going to go play some music later on, and I might say, ooh, I really want to do this. It's, yeah, but you haven't really learned it. You haven't really practiced, or people might not like it, or whatever. It's just this sort of stream of butts in the mind, right? And we all have it all day long. And so what we want to do is actually practice a different form of thinking. We're actually building different neural pathways. So rather than going in and trying to correct these pathways, don't do that. It just reinforces them. We build new ones. And the beauty mind is the mind that looks at the world and sees its beauty. And so, for example, the butt mind might say, oh my God, I can't believe those people are just standing there talking, blah, blah, blah. You know, the beauty mind is more deliberate than that. It says, how beautiful that these human beings want to choose a rescue dog. How beautiful that they take the time to walk up onto the field up here and introduce the dogs and really give them a chance to get to know one another. How beautiful that the grass is getting so green. How beautiful. Can you see my foot in the grass? How beautiful that the sun is so warm. How beautiful that I have been lucky enough to put my cabin right here in front of a pond, and I get to sit here. How beautiful that we have the internet to connect us. How beautiful that I can sit here in the middle of New York State, in the middle of nowhere. We really live in the middle of nowhere. And I can communicate with people all over the world without leaving my home. How beautiful. So that's the beauty mind. The beauty mind looks around the world and says, how beautiful, or how wonderful, or how precious, or how delightful. And that's the beauty mind. And as we cultivate the beauty mind, it's a specific form of mindfulness because it looks at what is and appreciates. It's a specific form of mindfulness. Mindfulness without beauty mind is great too. And I'm very, very, very in support of mindfulness. Mindfulness of the neutral is an enormously powerful part. Mindfulness of the negative is enormously powerful. But beauty mind is a little different. Beauty mind appreciates the beauty. Beauty mind remembers to look at the reflection on the pond. Beauty mind remembers to appreciate that the shadow that just flew over was a bird. Beauty mind remembers to appreciate that I got this robe from my friend Tari. Hi Tari, in case you're watching. Beauty mind remembers to appreciate this cup that I use all the time in my appreciations because I always have it with me because I have my coffee every day. Beauty mind remembers to appreciate the cup even though I've had it now for, I don't know, a couple of years or something. So it's hundreds of days I've used it. Beauty mind remembers to appreciate the cup because the cup is an awesome cup. It really is. And I've gone through this again and again. I'll show you one more time. This cup, believe me, this is not about the cup, okay? This is not about the cup. This is about practice. This cup, I bought this cup. I researched online to find a really good cup and read reviews and stuff like that because I have my coffee and I sip it all day long. This will last me hours and hours and hours. So I want it to stay hot. Also, I'm clumsy. So when I knock it over, I don't want it to spill. And also I carry it with me. And so two essential qualities was it has to keep the coffee really hot and then it has to be spill proof. And that was the case and I read about it. What I didn't anticipate is it had this cool lock on it. So now it can't even open by accident if it's in my bag. So that's cool. And then this is very satisfying. Watch this. Ready? It's just satisfying. It's like this 2-stage click. Beauty mind is able to appreciate that over and over and over again. And the last thing I want to say about beauty mind is this. If you practice beauty mind, you will begin to feel better. I would like you to notice that. Like right now, just after doing this silly video with my hair all a mess and everything, I feel happy. I feel happiness within me. Happiness is like a kind of a warmth in my cheeks from smiling, a kind of a feeling of well-being. It's serotonin and various endorphins, and it's the decrease in stress hormones. So happiness is this feeling, this sort of sense, kind of like warmth almost. Like warmth is a feeling. And we all know what warmth is, so we don't have any difficulty describing it. But if we didn't know, it would be hard to describe. So what I really want you to do is I want you to notice what happiness feels like. So practice the beauty mind and then notice the feelings that you feel, the calmness or the pleasurableness of happiness in the body as a felt sensation. All right, so there's my little thing on butt mind versus beauty mind. I hope the background noise wasn't too strong, and I guess if it was, I'll redo it. But if it wasn't, I'll be posting. And Blissipline is really about understanding the relationship between intention and experience. Blissipline is really about understanding the capacity for focus and its effect on you. It's a cause and effect thing. And it's a recognition that we are not powerless, but an understanding that the mind has all kinds of habits. It just does by itself. And we aren't the slave of those habits. We're merely people who have them, but we have other things too. So even though we have butt mind, we have beauty mind. And beauty mind is available to us anytime. One last thing is I've practiced this a lot, so I'm good at it. So if you're not good at it, that's okay. Just practice it and you'll get better at it. It really isn't, it's not hard, but it does take practice. The first few times you'll do it, your mind might even argue with you, like, oh, God, it's so stupid. You're appreciating that grass. I mean, who cares about grass? Did you notice all the dandelions? Or, the butt mind might get in the way of the beauty mind. That's okay. That's okay. You just practice. Practice, practice, practice Blissipline. And little by little by little, you develop the capacity to change your feeling by your thoughts. And when you know you can do that, now you're empowered to really begin to change your life. Okay? All right. Questions, thoughts, post below. Bye.